This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, June 29th. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. How we feeling? How we feeling on this lovely Tuesday?
Fabulous.
You look great.
Thanks, I'm very pink today. Pink.
Very pink, and Brandon looks slim and trim down there.
Yeah,
trim,
I cut my hair down a little bit more, you know? Trying to get ready for the
you thinned it
summertime.
out a little bit.
Lost 10 pounds. I'm 10 pounds down to the date. Yep, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, how have you done it? What have you been doing?
The B London workout plan. It'll come out on my Instagram. $19.99 for the workout plan and $29.99 for the meals.
I paid $19.99.
Everybody's selling something these days. Shoot, why not me?
I paid $20 to look like that, huh?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Face. All right, guys, let's get into it. Jamie Lynn Spears is speaking out about her big sister, Britney. Jamie posted a video on Instagram saying that she supports her sister's wishes to end her conservatorship. She also said that it wasn't her place to speak out publicly on the situation until her sister had a chance to do so herself. Let's watch.
I've made a very conscious choice in my life to only participate in her life as her sister, as an aunt to those boys. Maybe I didn't support her the way the public would like me to, with a hashtag on a public platform, but I can assure you that I've supported my sister long before there was a hashtag, and I'll support her long after. Note that.
I actually respect Jamie for not coming out right away. I know a lot of people are getting on her and like, you should stick up for your sister,
Yep.
but it's not her place. This is Britney's story, and it's not her place to kind of make it hers. That's the way I see it.
No, I understand where you're coming from with this. However, I'm not a big fan of Jamie Lynn for a few reasons, some which have come to light as recently as only 20 hours ago on the internet. I love you, internet. Gentlemen, so first of all, when we're looking at Britney's assets, and she's worth like millions of dollars, and people are now saying she's only worth 60 million, when before it was over 600 million. So we're like, where's that money gone? So then the people are now asking, where is Britney's missing $600 million, Jamie Lynn? Why did Lou Taylor, who was Britney's former business manager, who also manages Jamie Lynn, why did her financing company receive a cash injection of $600 million when you became the sole trustee?
Wow, I did not know that.
I saw that.
I might have to
this morning.
Yeah.
When you were made the sole trustee of Britney's estate, $600 million went into Britney's previous business manager's account, her finance company, which she's working with with Jamie Lynn. A bit suspicious.
But before I jump in on that, I'm not necessarily conspiracy theory yet, because no one's been able to come out and really talk about the facts involving that. I was with you at first on it because we live in a day of Samantha Markles. Yeah. Where it's, I'm going to make money off of my friend, I'm going to make money off my family member, I'm going to exploit them, I don't care. I like the Kardashian method, to where they don't give you anything when it comes to what's in house. So I'm looking at it, and if, let's say something was going on with you, Stephanie, I wouldn't tell a friend that I think is going to go and gossip on you, let alone a gossip blog. So her coming out and her saying, or putting out a hashtag or a free Britney, that's not going to end the conservatorship. That's not going to do anything. So I thought she was playing from the back until we find out what's going on with that missing $600 million.
I find it very interesting that she made a claim like, I've never earned a dime off Britney, yet her husband very publicly in interviews has called Britney's a business the family business. It ain't the family business. It's Britney Spears. Are you Britney? Are you out in Vegas performing? Are you the one that's not allowed to do anything? No. So therefore, it's got nothing to do with you.
All right. If these conspiracies become true, I might have to make a retraction. Because if she's stealing $600 million, I'm not.
Well, it looks a bit odd. I mean, I don't have access to the bank accounts, but I have access to everything that everyone's saying online, and people have yet to be very wrong, haven't they? So.
Well, listen, if it's online, it's got to be true.
It's got to be true. It's got to be true.
It appears that Jason Sudeikis has moved on. Jason was spotted out with his Ted Lasso co-star actress Keely Hazel. The two appeared to be getting cozy with one another while walking in New York City. They've been friends for years after meeting in 2014 on the set of the movie Horrible Bosses. The two are Horrible Bosses 2, and it's been reported that Jason named one of his characters in Ted Lasso after Keely. Okay, I'm trying to look down there because I'm a big fan of the show. Or this is Olivia Wilde. Jason and his longtime partner Olivia Wilde split last year. She has reportedly moved on with singer Harry Styles. Can we pull up Keely again, because I want to see? Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows on television. And I'm trying to see which one is Keely.
That's Keely.
Which character does she play in that show? Okay, I just want to see that. By the way, that show is hilarious.
You love it.
I love that show. It's hilarious. Dating aside, I'm glad he's happy and moving on. I think him and Olivia Wilde have 2 kids together, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Two kids.
So, listen, it seems like she's happy. It seems like she's with Harry Styles. Seems like he's happy.
Yeah, she met him, filming, Don't Worry, Darling, when she directed that. And wasn't there another movie where she was praising Harry Styles, how he kind of took the step back? You know, that's neither here nor there.
You're talking about Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde,
yes.
yeah. So I mean, I'm okay with this. It's a clean breakup. You know, we're not hearing anything crazy. No one's trying to exploit anyone. It's amicable. Now this is probably a fling that's been going. You know, it's what starts off as a fling to get over an ex. Now is something with these two. Now it's time to.
I think they both deserve to be happy.
Absolutely.
They've clearly both moved on, and they've kept it very amicable and only been positive about one another. So I think, why not? They deserve all the happiness in the world.
So she plays Bex. I'm just getting information in Ted Lasso. But so neither of you have seen it?
We're yet to watch, aren't we?
So you're a soccer fan,
Yes,
which he's a football coach, which you used to play.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Soccer coach, and it's supposed to be a British show. So he's an American football coach that comes and coaches British football, which is soccer.
So maybe me and Brandon should get into it.
Listen, you got to get into it. I don't sell a lot of TV shows on this show.
You don't.
But that's a good one. You'll thank me
I can't
for
believe we let it skip. Imagine how good that fling had to be. That if I made a character off of you,
right?
Come on now.
That's a little.
We need to go in there a little bit more.
Little tip of the hat. A little tip of the hat. All right, you guys aren't on board. All right. Actress Megan Fox is speaking out about what it's like to be a mom after her kids crashed her Today Show interview. I know something about this. Let's watch.
Okay, first of all, where are you? We see a lot of pillows, some clothes. What's going on here?
And we saw a little kid trying to be sneaky, thinking they were out of the
Crawling
shot.
in the background.
Yeah, here comes another one right now. Wait, there he goes.
There we go.
Yes. Journey, you gotta crawl. You gotta crawl.
Hi. Oh my gosh, look, sorry, your baby's going by again. There he goes.
So Megan wanted to say her kids are hilarious, but they never listen to her. I know a thing or two about this because we were filming at home during the pandemic, and my kids were always in the background.
Really?
In fact, that it came to a point where they're like, "Dad, is your show starting now?" And they would start creeping around.
Oh, okay.
So I think we got a video. I think we got a little peek at one of them at least.
We got the future little Biebs right here. Say hi, buddy. Hi. Right on cue. We were talking about Biebs, and he just knew, and he came up.
Lawson, did you hear the song? Was Lawson jamming out to the Bieber song?
Last night I was playing it, and then we had to go to bed, and he's like, "Dad, can we play more songs?" So I played it a couple of times last night. Listen, let's be honest. Okay, buddy, sorry, you could go. You good, buddy? Listen, he was on 100 times. He was on more than me. That's how often he was getting in the camera. So I get Megan Fox in this situation.
I know what you're doing, Jeff.
No, I'm not. I would
You're
never.
getting them ready for Hollywood.
I
just don't want you to turn Joe Jackson or Jamie Spears.
I would never do that.
Okay,
I would
just
never
checking.
do that.
Would you be happy if he was the next Justin Bieber?
I would be happy if he's happy. I would never push him in any direction and never push him, especially into this business. A lot of people think we're getting a little serious here. Like, oh man, I want to be on camera. I want to do this. There's a lot to the business that people don't know, and there's a dark side to the business. Yeah. And when you put money on top of that, and there's a lot that people don't know behind the cameras that isn't so glamorous. For us, it might be, but if you're a bigger star, it's not.
It's tough.
But
it's tough.
You're saying you want him to be happy. So let's say this did make him happy, but it made him into a child star. It's after that. You see a lot of those problems after that when that show, whatever it is that made that child star famous. How do you think now, being on a TV show like that, how do you think that you would deal with that aspect of celebrity?
Definitely. No. Are you speaking for my son?
Yeah.
I'd keep him grounded. I'd keep the friends that he has around. I'd keep my family really tight with him. I wouldn't let him astray and go start these Hollywood parties and things like that. You got to stay grounded. When I talk to my friends, I have my high school friends, I have my college friends, I have my LA friends. They keep me grounded. And I talk to them like, "What's up, big head?" You get, and I'm like, "Oh my God, am I?" So I never get there because, first of all, we're not superstars up here, let's just be honest. But second of all, you got to stay grounded, man. You got to stay grounded.
Absolutely.
I love it, and I love that they're getting little appearances on DBL. I love those moments. I love those moments. Whether it's Megan Fox, whether it's you, whoever it is. There was like a British, someone from like a Parliament or something, and like,
I remember
there was a baby that came in on a stroller, and the nanny was like dragging the baby out. I just think it's so real, and it just makes you so happy, you know. And people love reality. They love seeing that stuff, you know.
You know what's better than babies getting in there? When there's like a little bug. And you gotta like move around.
Like Mike Pence?
Yeah, like that. Coming up at DBL, a little game of which came first with celebrities and popular products. The iPod or Justin Bieber? We got the answer coming up. And a British influencer gets 18 plastic surgeries to look like a K-pop idol. The wild transformation you have to see to believe.
Closed captioning provided. What is now a collection of parades, parties, and concerts began with a clash between the LGBTQ community and New York police. In June 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn, a popular gay bar in Greenwich Village, claiming the property had violated liquor laws. As police officers began making arrests, those remaining gathered outside. At this point in history, homosexuality was still considered a criminal offense, and it was common for police to raid bars like Stonewall. But this raid led to a nighttime riot. Over the next 6 days, thousands took to the streets in protest. In 1970, on the first anniversary of the police raid at Stonewall, activists organized the Christopher Street Liberation Day March, the start of the city's first Gay Pride Week. Fast forward to 1999, then President Bill Clinton became the first to issue an executive order, recognizing June as Pride Month. And that's connecting the dots.
Welcome back to DBL. A British influencer who identifies as non-binary had 18 surgeries to make them look like a Korean pop star. Ollie London has gone to extreme measures to look like Jimin from the K-pop group BTS. They had their nose, lips, and teeth altered to look like the star. Most recently, Ollie had eye surgery, or what they called racial transition surgery. They say for the past 8 years, they have identified as Korean. Let's take a look.
I've been trapped in the wrong body for 8 years. And that's the worst feeling in the world, when you're trapped and you don't feel like you can be yourself. But finally, I'm Korean. I can be myself. And I'm so, so happy.
All right, I love the transformation. Here's a look at Ollie before and after the surgery. What do we think?
That looks like Ollie with pink hair. Like, look, and look, I'm not towing the line on this, because racial transition surgery, I don't care if you feel like you are Dr. Martin Luther King reincarnated into your body, I will never accept someone that tries to say that they identify as black and try and change their skin, their mannerisms, their eyebrows, their lips, the dance, whatever it is. So I respect people will come out with, whether it's, I feel like I'm a man and I transition to a man, and that's aspect of it. I can respect that fully, have a beer with you, hang out, high five. But when it comes to you're going over into someone's race, you're going into the struggles of what me and my people, or for the Koreans, the Korean people out there, I would like to see how they feel, because you're picking this person who's idolized. What about the ones that were beat up during the Stop Asian Hate and going through all this stuff? Do you identify and you go through those struggles as well? So this is something that I can't get behind. I'm still going to respect people, but I can't get behind this racial transition surgery.
I respect you saying that, and I respect that stance, because I think a lot of people feel the same way you do. I
think it's a really interesting, it's a very difficult topic, because if you look at certain individuals, for instance, like the Kardashians, that have definitely glamorized their black culture and tried to profit from that, you know, when they're not black, you know, we see them adapt their bodies and their facial features and things like that, and then that's seen as like really glamorous, but they're profiting off a culture that isn't their own. But then we see, obviously, that's glamorous, right? Obviously to them, they're trying to sell that image. Whereas this is someone who feels they've been born into the wrong body. And I think if we are very accepting now of being gender fluid, why can't we be also like that
racially
about
fluid?
race? It's called transracial. So that's the word that I've just read.
No.
It says that if you feel you've been born into the wrong racial body. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Because how can we say that's not real? I mean, like
how do you feel like, how can you wake up and say that, let's say you wanted to identify as black. How can you tell me that you woke up one morning and was like, you know what? I've listened to 6 rap songs. I feel black and proud.
No, Brandon, I understand what you're saying, and I think there are definitely people that are in the public eye that have, we've spoken about, there was like an influencer girl called, I think she was called Emma, and she wore so much fake tan, and she really was trying to portray that she was black, and she was saying that her hair was naturally curly, and she was trying to profit off it. She was trying to sell her image. I mean, is this the same? Because they are an influencer, so is that they trying to sell themselves?
There's money involved.
I appreciate the conversation. I think society has to make that decision, but you make great points, and you make great points. We'll be right back, everybody.
We all know that movement.
Verify here with your fast fact. The U.S. Capitol is home to statues of prominent Americans, but Verify viewer Michael wants to know, are there statues dedicated to Confederate leaders? Michael, let's verify. Our sources are the architect of the Capitol and several House bills. There are 100 statues in the National Statuary Hall collection, including 10 of people with Confederate ties. They include Jefferson Davis, who was president of the Confederacy. Right now, the House and a few southern states are in the process of replacing some statues. However, others will keep standing. So, Michael, we can verify there are statues dedicated to Confederate leaders in the Capitol. With your Fast Fact, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm going to put you guys up to a little history test. So BuzzFeed compiled this list to see how well you know your perception of time, okay?
Ooh.
We're calling this game called Which Came First. So the first one is a practice round. So you have to say which one came first throughout time. Very simple, okay? Which came first? This is just practice. Betty White or sliced bread?
Betty White. Everyone knows Betty White's older than sliced bread.
Okay, that was a practice round. That was a practice round. So that's how the game's going to go. So the answer is Betty White. Okay, so next, which came first, the iPod or Justin Bieber? Ooh.
I'm saying iPod.
Justin Bieber came out before the iPod.
Okay. Locked in?
Yeah.
So Justin Bieber was born in 1994. The iPod was released in 2001.
Yeah,
Wrong. Wow.
Because he would have been an instant hit on the iPod.
iTunes? iPod? All right.
Whatever it was.
Which came first, floppy disk or Dwayne "The Rock"
this is
Johnson?
hard.
I wonder how many people even know, like if you're young, what a floppy disk is.
I'm going to say The Rock.
Okay.
I'll go floppy disk.
All right. The Rock was born in 1972. The floppy disk was invented in 67.
Yeah, yes.
today. Wow.
Because the hard disk is what we used to play Oregon Trail and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on.
I remember
just
they
remember
used
that
to
part.
break, and I used to like get really upset when like my homework was on it, and like if you took it out, and like then you know the middle bit it came off, and it's like no.
Yeah,
That's put your homework on those?
Yeah.
Oh, smooth.
All right. Which came first, Starbucks or Kim Kardashian?
Oh. I'm gonna go Starbucks.
You going
Kim Kardashian?
All right, I like it.
I'm just gonna go full
Kardashian.
sweep today. I can just feel
The
it.
answer is Starbucks.
Yes,
Kim was born in 1980. The first Starbucks location opened in Seattle in 1971.
Love it. In Seattle.
In Seattle, yeah. You've never been?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Great city to go to.
Really
Great
want to
time.
go. I really want to go.
So 1980, you said 1980?
1980 was Kim K.
And then when was
71 was
So that's when the term gentrification started?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
because there was that running joke. As soon as you see a Starbucks in that neighborhood,
Oh, yeah,
buy
yeah,
property.
that's it.
Yeah,
I
it's too
went to
late.
that
Yeah.
one. Did you ever go to that
They
market?
say if there's a Starbucks, it's too late.
Yeah.
You ever go to that market where you could catch a fish in Seattle?
No, I never went there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Catch a fish.
Yeah, you could do
It's
that.
like a famous place where they take like a salmon because they're right on the ocean there, and they throw it, and you got to catch it with a newspaper.
Oh, I
It's
wouldn't
like they do it
like
on a lot of
that.
TV shows.
I'm not into that.
I'm into that stuff. Which came first, the Barbie doll or Morgan Freeman?
Barbie.
No, Morgan Freeman's pretty
Barbie.
old.
I like that
Morgan
you're going
Freeman.
against the grain. You know why? Because you're right.
Yes.
Morgan Freeman. Morgan was born in 1937. The first Barbie doll launched in 1958.
Oh, this is terrible.
He either plays God or he does God's voice and everything. So you have
he's
to be
wonderful.
super old to play God.
37. Wow. Good ad lib there, guys. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
On social media, the rumor mill can cause problems. That's where Verify steps in to clear up what's true and what's false. We found tweets and posts like these, with thousands of likes and retweets, claiming that the World Health Organization is suggesting, quote, women of childbearing age should stop drinking alcohol. Others go a step further, claiming that the WHO is banning women of childbearing age from drinking. So let's get to the bottom of this and verify. To get the answer, we went straight to the World Health Organization. The tweets refer to part of their action plan to cut down on worldwide alcohol abuse. Here's the statement from the first draft of the plan released in June. Quote, appropriate attention should be given to prevention of drinking among pregnant women and women of childbearing age. A spokesperson for WHO told us in part, quote, the current draft of WHO's Global Action Plan does not recommend abstinence of all women who are of an age at which they could become pregnant. However, it does seek to raise awareness of the serious consequences that can result from drinking alcohol while pregnant, even when the pregnancy is not yet known. The spokesperson said that the second draft of the report will be more clear. So we can verify that false. Claims that the WHO is banning women of childbearing age from drinking are just not accurate. But it is true that the agency advised against it in a first draft.
It is a sledgehammer to crack a nut.
Now, our researchers spoke to a global health expert and prenatal health expert to talk about what a recommendation like this means.
To recommend that all women, whether or not they're planning pregnancy, whether they're in a relationship, whether they've got effective contraception, should not drink seems to me rather, going one step too far.
It's up to the countries themselves and the public health authorities within those countries to take that information, to consider how that fits into their own set of public health priorities.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
Welcome back to DBL. Disaster can happen at a moment's notice. That's why it's so important to have the right insurance. We're chatting about it on today's Bang for Your Buck, presented by the Hartford. So the condo collapse in Florida is a sad reminder that something catastrophic can happen to any of us. Here's what to do if disaster strikes. First, account for all loved ones and call first responders. I should add pets in there too. Next, call your home insurance company and file a claim. It's important to do so. It's important to do that as soon as possible because insurance companies are reported on a first-come, first-served basis. You also want to make sure you take photos of damage and oversee any repairs. Your insurance companies are there to help, and it's so important to find the right plan for you. We've made it easy for quality and affordable insurance. The Buck's got your back. The Hartford will be happy to provide you solutions. Call the Hartford at 1-800-683-7108 or visit thehartford.com to learn more.
Yeah, I feel for all of those families in Florida right now. It's an absolutely terrible time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I watched a interview the other day, and I broke down in my apartment. The guy was saying how he's getting a phone call from his grandparents who could be still trapped in the rubble, but all he gets is static.
Yeah.
Can't hear anything, and it's just, I've sat there and just dropped to my knees and started praying, like, please let them be all right.
Yeah, it's not a great situation down there for sure.
No.
Do you have some comments, Steph?
I do have some comments, yes. We've got two. We've got, so about the influencer. So about Ollie London, Kevin was written in saying, I don't have an issue with plastic surgery in general, but I can't get behind it when it alters someone's face. But also we've had one on your kids, Jeff. So Betty's written in saying, your kids are so cute. We want to see them on the show more often, but now you're back in the studio all the time.
Back in the studio. You have to see them when they're 18 if they want to do this on their own. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.